The South African economy expanded slightly between July and September, largely as a result of another strong rebound in mining activity. But because the mining industry has been on a steady decline in recent years, the figure is still coming off a low base.
It's not a great figure, but I think we have to contextualize the expectations by some in the market, including ourselves, was that GDP was going to contract by about 0.1%. From from second quarter of 3.5%, which was of course revised upwards from 3.3%. But this confirms that economic growth continues to slow down.
Manufacturing, which was a large contributor to growth in the second quarter, failed to keep up the momentum. The industry slumped again, as did agriculture, which has been hit by drought. The agricultural industry has now suffered 21 months of consecutive declines.
If a sector that absorbs people that are perceived as being at a low level of job entry, and now it is facing 7 consecutive seasons of decline, then we are in trouble as an economy. It's time those who are leading policy admit that the economy is in a crisis and find a way of restructuring it.
Exports, which are driven by resources, were down significantly by 26.4%.
What I think the consumers globally of our commodities have learned was having observed the impact of the platinum sector strike. So they bought in bulk and kept resources. And even though we might have seen numbers of production go up, it's not surprising that at this stage, our export of our resources has not really shifted higher significantly.
Consumer spending was up 2.6%, but increasing unemployment, slow wage growth and high debt levels have curbed consumers' appetite, especially on the more expensive purchases.
They stop spending on big ticket items simply because it also requires them to borrow more, and given the current environment, we see banks cutting back on credit, which means the availability or the affordability of credit becomes much more constrained.
It was another set of grim numbers for the South African economy, but it does suggest that the threat of recession is receding, and economists believe that fourth quarter GDP will come in better. Sumitra Nydoo, CCTV, Johannesburg, South Africa.